Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Gwiz. And if I look tired, well, it's because I am tired, man. I just spent 3 hours, well, it was like, 2.5, 3 hours here at my bank, the Construction Bank of China. I've been here, it's almost like 7 years now. It doesn't seem that long, it goes by really quickly. But yeah, I've been in China for almost 7 years. And during that time, I've never had to transfer my money, the money that I make in China. I've never had to transfer it to my account in the United States because I always had enough money in my bank account in the United States to automatically pay the phone bill and, you know, the VPN and all of that stuff. But now, you know, it's like I'm starting to get messages like declined because, you know, insufficient funds and things like that. So I was like, uh-oh, got to put money back in that account. When I was in New York in February, I tried to do this. And that wasn't easy either. Even from New York, I went to the main headquarters of the China Construction Bank, and I thought I would be able to go to them and say, hey, I have an account at this bank in a branch in China. And they were all kind of surprised just, you know, hearing that. But I was like, yeah, I want to deposit money from my Chinese bank account into my Bank of America account. Everybody was like, no, you can't do that. You have to do that from China, you know. So I was like, oh man, you know, that was one of my main missions, to go back to New York just to try to put more money back in my New York account. No, you got to do this stuff from China, and trust me, it is not easy to do this, you know. And I'm surprised that I've never really heard too many expats talking about doing the transfers from China into their accounts overseas, or, you know, in my case, America. You know, I've spoken to a few people online in Clubhouse about this, you know, the expat groups. All countries kind of do this, you know. They really don't want money to leave their country. Whatever money comes into their country, they're trying to keep it in their country, or they're trying to make it difficult for you to take that money out of the country, you know. I was finally successful in doing it, but not easy, you know. So I'm very surprised that I've never really come across any content that discusses this, and I'm going to touch on this a little bit. Unfortunately, we're in the age of AI, and the AI actually helped me get through all of this stuff too, giving me the SWIFT code for Bank of America. Who even knows what a SWIFT code is, right? But yeah, I had to get that, and AI gave that to me, you know. So what else do you need? So you need your employment records. You need to prove that you work here. That was easy for me at the university. Just signed a new contract, so got all of that. Salary, they need to know that. And tax records. That was something I did not have, but fortunately the school hooked me up with that too, you know. So I was able to do all of this stuff in basically a day. You know, I was in here for about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, you know, and once I gave them all the paperwork, all the stuff that they needed. You're limited to how much money you can move in and out. Let me put $5,000 in my US account. Money is not a problem for me in China. It's just America, which was always the case. Right? Keeping money in America is always kind of a challenge, right? I said, okay, 5,000, let me get 5,000 in there so I don't get these declined notices. There's a threshold. So I chose 5,000 for now, and then maybe the end of the year I'll do another 5,000 or something like that. Now that I know how to do it, then it's all the paperwork. From the other side of the glass, it was like air traffic control in there, man. You had two people looking at the computer, and the people in the other side, or the other booth, looking over. So it was like, at times it was like 4 people just looking at computers and typing and dotting every I and everything. Oh man! So you can see 3 hours of that, man. If I'm tired, I can imagine that they're tired too. You know, they're making phone calls and everything. I'm like, oh man, this is deep. This ain't gonna work. You know, but anyway, it did work finally, you know. And once they say, oh, everything is good, everything's okay, you know, about 5 days for it to go through. That was successful. But I want to try to find some other ways of doing it that might be easier. I downloaded this other app called Waves or something like that. If you know about it, leave me a comment in the box below if you've done this before and you might be familiar with transferring funds from one account to another account overseas. I'm looking into that because I'll probably do it again now that I've done this for the first time. This is the first time in like 7 years, and I'm sure a lot of other people would be interested as well. Like I said, I did have some conversations with some people in different groups, expat groups and things, and some people who are actually here in China, and they might have left really quick, like after COVID. A lot of people just left, and I asked them, well, did you get your money out? And they're like, no, you know, and they just took the hit. So I was like, how much money did you have in there? And, you know, maybe like $1,000 for some of them. But the amount of money that I have here, you know, it's like I ain't just leaving it here when it's time for me to go. So yeah, I want to know how to get my money out. And it's hot, man. Oh my God, it is so hot and humid and very uncomfortable. You know, you can see the amount of sweat on my face since the time that I started this video. Have you ever had this issue? If you're in China, how do you get your money back home? Right? You know, getting money into China is no problem. It's getting the money out that's the crazy part, right? So yeah, if you're familiar with doing that, leave me a message. I thought PayPal might be a solution, but PayPal isn't really a solution either. You definitely cannot transfer it all in one swoop. You have to do several little swoops. And next time I go to New York, I'll take more cash with me and just deposit it. You know, and there are rules against that too. You know, you can't really do that. You can only cross intercontinentally with a certain amount of dollars. Got to be careful with that. But the next time I go to New York, maybe I shouldn't even say this in the video, right? But the next time I'll be carrying some, ducats with me, right? I'm gonna hide them though, you know, maybe hide them in my shoe or something like that, you know. But yeah, you know, and then once I get back home, you know, just deposit the cash in, you know. But either way, you're gonna take a hit. United States, you know, there are fees and all of this stuff, so you're gonna take a hit either way. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, leave me a comment if you're familiar with this stuff. If you were in China for a couple of years, how'd you get your money out? Right? Did you just take the hit, or I'm sure you got your money out somehow? What did you do? Let me know. Just a quick video from your boy Gwiz here in China, right outside the China Construction Bank. If you like this video, if you learned something and got a little information from me, give me one of these. Like, comment, and subscribe. All right, I'm gonna find an air condition and sit, get a DD back to the university. Have a good one. Nice talking to you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.